Kenya is a dynamic country in East Africa with a population of about 55 million people. The capital, Nairobi, has been nicknamed the Silicon Savannah due to its booming technology sector, which has attracted more than $1 billion in startup investments in 2023. Kenya's economy has shown steady growth. Foreign direct investment has increased by 50% over the past 5 years. The Kenyan wine market is valued at over $150 million and growing at 7% annually. With 80% of wine imported, demand for local production is strong. We traveled to Kenya to visit the winery and assess the prospects of investing in this business. Welcome to Kenya.
Hello.
Hello.
So this is Emma.
Hello, Emma.
Emma is our winemaker. Winemaker. Just have to get the terminologies right, eh? She's our winemaker. She can introduce herself to you.
Yes, welcome to the winery. I'm Emma. I'm the winemaker or vintner.
Yeah,
and also
vintner,
we have a distillery. So we are now winemakers and distillers. Yeah, craft distillery.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your experience in this area?
So I actually make the wine. I've been here for about 14 years. So what we do is we advise them on when to harvest the grapes at the right quality levels.
Yeah.
And then we get them in here and we make the juice out of them and we ferment the juice. So it's the food processing side of it and deciding what qualities should be released to the market and which ones we should hold back for a distillation run instead. So also there's a lot of learning on how to taste wine. So wine tastings, we have to learn how to taste wine, how to identify the off flavors and the good flavors early enough so that you save your wine. So we taste it and give each other feedback. But when we do a major harvest, and we want feedback from other people, not just ourselves, we call the other employees of the company, directors, and we've also gone ahead and called the external customers. So last time we called the target hotel, the customers. So they come and taste the wine when it's raw out of the tank, just for us to have what's their opinion of the new vintage that's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how many bottles or liters do you produce in 1 month?
In a good time, we do 3,000 to 4,000 bottles per month.
Bottles, okay. This is 750 milliliters,
yes,
yeah?
750.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on the vodka side, about 2,000 bottles a month. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, otherwise I'll send you into the bush first. Yeah, eat this one.
So much then. Yeah, there's so many lions here also. So makes sense.
And hippos, yes, also.
Hippos, lions, hyenas, leopards.
Tigers.
No tigers.
No tigers here.
No, no tigers in Africa.
Oh.
Unless in the zoo. Yeah.
Distillery, and it takes the first. So these are two stills.
Yes.
The first one is a stripping still, and then this is a rectification still.
Okay.
So that first one has a stripping boiler where we put the wine as it is, the raw wine. We put it in there, we heat it up, and then we release the vapors. So we start with a 12% alcohol wine, and then it gives us a product which is 30% alcohol. So we go concentrating the alcohol.
Okay.
So we move from 12% alcohol to about 30% alcohol. Now it's called a low wine at that point. Then we take the low wine and pump it here into the smaller boiler now. It's the rectification boiler or the clarification boiler. It gives us a stronger alcohol, a cleaner alcohol. So we move from 35, pump it in here, heat it up. Now the difference with this distillation is that now it's fractional distillation. You're able to separate your compounds, your volatile compounds, and you're able to get now the ethanol, which is why we are able to go up as high as 93% ABV ethanol, because now we are able to cut it. The first one doesn't do cuts, but this one can now do the cuts. You get your bad methanol out as a cut, you get your ethyl acetate out as a cut, and then you get the good ethanol that you're looking for, and that's what is received here. Now, this is what determines the purity of the vodka, because we repeat this step 2 to 3 times
Yes.
just to get to the smoothest vodka that we can get to. And if it is needed, we even do it a 4th time.
Okay.
This step, yeah. So when we see our vodka in the market, it is not cheap as much as maybe. Yeah, it's not cheap. So, but it's because we're also trying to produce a very pure vodka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like best quality, yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what is the name of the vodka?
Lelesha.
Yeah. Lelesha vodka.
Okay. So I can see it's also in Chandarana.
Yes.
I can find it, yeah?
100. And Carrefours and.
But if you want to buy, you just rather buy from here. Shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are trying to invest your money, or you are also attracting someone's money here. I mean,
This is
at the
all.
moment.
This is all Kenyan nut money. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like your own.
Yeah.
money.
This is everything.
Companies.
Was some of it was loans from banks, from everything else, and we were financing it through banks and everything else. Some of it is international dollar money, and some of it is thing that's above my pay grade. But that's Graham and them. That's what they do at the top. Then whatever. I just do the operational side of things.
Yeah, of course.
And keep those things. But like I was saying, the macadamia price came down, so things came to a bit of a halt. And yeah. But it's opportunities that can be discussed, and those discussions need to be had with MD and Graham. There's lots of opportunities. But once this is running, Emma is so excited about this. I mean, you compare this structure to the little one down there. You know, and this is 750,000 liters of juice yearly.
This is very huge, yeah. If we compare with this small one.
So we had the idea, it's the same as the macadamias, is we've got to X amount of production. We then include some other growers from different parts of Kenya, you know, drier regions, wetter regions, and get different qualities of wine, and then start playing with those regions and sort of improve our wine to get this to full capacity as well, and then include the smaller scale guys and help them improve there.
Yeah. Okay.
Now they are storing the wines, so they're connected to the cooling.
Yeah. And what is the capacity of each? The smallest
large ones, 24,000 each.
Okay.
Then the smallest are 4,800 liters each.
Okay.
Yeah, 24,000 and 4,800.
So it started off as a very small scale home method, which they then had in here. They had a press in here, and everything was inside here. They then expanded the vineyards, and they found the right varieties and the right varieties of grape that do well in here, and they decided on the three different varieties of grapes to produce those 3 wines. And then they expanded on those, and as they expanded, they were expanding their markets, and so they needed to grow their winery side of things. So they put a lot of capital into the new cellar, and when we go up there, you'll see the difference. So all of these are actually part of that new cellar. That wasn't ready, and we had a bumper harvest. So we had to make a temporary storage facility for the juice and the wine that we had.
And as you can see right now, which is the most popular wine? Red or rose or white?
Probably the Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
So our Sauvignon Blanc is currently the most popular. The Chenin is growing, and because of trying to get the right red that did well in this area, that didn't take off as fast as the whites did. So that production is slowly coming into bigger production. We had a very limited supply of the Shiraz. But as of going into next crop, we'll probably have more red wine bottled than all the other years combined. So our reds are now coming into full production, and we actually now getting into a bigger thing. The winery up there, if I'm not mistaken, it can the new one can accommodate 750,000 liters. Yeah?
And local restaurants also interested, yes? In buying
Absolutely.
your wines.
You know, it's, and we're trying to, all of our wine is into the Kenyan market. We have tried to export some of it, but because of our production and capacities, we haven't quite got there, but everything is consumed locally. And then we're pushing for that local market. You know? The issues have been because of imports into Kenya and the taxation and the tax laws and what have you, is that we were paying the same taxes, correct me if I'm wrong, as the people that were importing wine into the country. So
So there is no sense
and because we were such a small scale, our costs were quite higher than their costs, and they're huge, large scale producers, and we were just a smaller side of things. So our costs and our pricings were basically on a par, and it became a pricing factor. Which hopefully in the future that will disintegrate, as well as increased production, increased volumes, which brings down obviously your cost of production.
And what is the average price of each bottle?
So you're looking at the whites at about average prices are probably about 1,400 shillings a bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. For just average price.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not so high, yes.
It's not so high, not so low.
It's like in the medium.
Yeah, and we've just developed into a 5-liter cask wine, which is a different line. It's called Mazibubu.
Why I'm asking, because how you understand who is your client?
Yes.
That's why I'm asking.
So it's the middle,
you are trying to produce. I mean, for the big, for the export, or as you already explained, for the local restaurants, or I don't know, for the tourists, just to internal use in the farm. I mean, not.
No. It's external. We supply hotels.
Yes.
We've got hotel chains that we supply to. We have restaurants that we supply to, and then we have the shop outlets inside their liquor departments. Which,
so I can go to the shop and buy it. Directly.
You'll find it in Chanarana, Carrefours. Yeah, so those in the retail business. So it's hotels and retail, and then obviously internal, which is a small side of things. But I was discussing with you having our farm shops and everything else, which will then expand on that, and then we have that sort of franchising behind that. Then we'll even grow that segment even bigger. Eventually get into the exports.
To double this.
Double that and double the export side of things.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Don't be afraid.
Very welcome.